Nation of Fit and 10, welcome to day 44, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Inbody scan and how to interpret it. Yesterday I talked about skeletal muscle mass, I talked about body fat mass, I talked about body fat percentage, what all of these mean. Another measurement on here that is not required for a scan is your BMI, your body mass index, and this is just simply your weight in kilos divided by your height in meters squared. So you just need to know your weight and your height. So your height in meters and of course your weight in kilos. And this isn't a bad measure. I used to actually think it was pointless, but it's actually not when it comes to the average person, because this will give us a good indication of whether you have too much body fat or not. This is obviously not a great measure for a highly muscled athlete or bodybuilder or something like that. But in general, not a bad indicator. This was used in the 1930s, 1940s by insurance companies to assess risk of somebody's health, or at least one of the key measures for assessing risk. Let's talk about total body water. Okay, so if we look at the top of this scan, we see total body water. This is the amount of water in the body, the amount of, essentially the estimated amount of water that you're carrying. Then we've got the dry lean mass. So this would be the amount of mass that is considered lean, so non-fat, without the water. So in this case, in the example that I have, total body water of this person is 115.3 pounds. So that is just an estimation of the water. The dry lean mass is 41.9 pounds. And of course, the only other measurement that we're missing here is the body fat mass. Okay, so this is the estimated body fat mass again that this person is carrying, and this is estimated to be 32.3 pounds. And these three numbers that you'll see at the top, if you look at your scan, these three numbers, they'll add up to the they'll add up to your total body weight. All right, so why would you care about dry lean mass? I don't really know. I mean, I guess this is actually a good indicator now that I look at it. This would be a good indicator of perhaps your true muscle mass. All right, so, well, it's your lean mass, so it's everything that's non-fat. But it's something that you may want to look at if your muscle mass is showing up or down. It's just interesting to see where does that lie, because your muscle mass, as I mentioned yesterday, is water, so water in the muscle plus the muscle tissue, which would be some of this dry lean mass, right? So it would just be interesting to compare those two. In terms of if you look at the top right corner, or near the top right corner of your sheet, you'll see body fat dash lean body mass control, and it'll say body fat mass, and it'll tell you, look, you should lose X amount of fat, or maybe it'll say minus a certain amount of body fat, or it might say plus a certain amount of body fat. So it's really giving you it's giving you a suggestion on how much fat you should lose or gain. Same with the lean body mass. Are you under, are you over? If it says 0.0, it just means that you're at an amount of lean body mass that seems to be, quote, normal or healthy. I think healthy would probably be the better way to look at this. Lean body mass, just below that, lean body mass, this is the amount of mass in your body minus fat. That's all that is. So this includes water and total dry lean mass. Your basal metabolic rate, so this is an estimation of the amount of energy that it takes to keep the lights on, the amount of energy that it takes just to keep you, to sustain you at virtually, just at rest. You're not doing anything. All right, so this has nothing to do with the amount of energy that it takes to digest your food. It has nothing to do with the amount of energy it takes to do your what we would call non-exercise activity. For example, right now, me doing the video and moving around my hands. This also has nothing to do with your exercise activity. All right, so if we take your basal metabolic rate, we take your non-exercise activity, we take your exercise activity, and we take your thermic effect of food, or just the digestive cost of food, all of that is your total energy expenditure for the day. Okay, I think I covered just about everything here. So next question is, why should we reschedule body analysis if menstruating? Well, because during this period of time, especially leading up to it, just before it, you're going to be holding a lot of extra water. And this is going to affect your reading. It's going to affect your lean mass, of course. This is going to show a little bit of an uptick, more than likely, in your lean mass. At least I would expect it to show an uptick in your lean mass, just simply because you're holding more body water, possibly to some degree, some level of tissue as well. All right, so, and this is going to vary from, period of menstruation to menstruation. So, you're just better to measure it when that's taken out of the equation. It's one less thing, it's one less uncontrolled variable. Okay, all right, 6.5 minutes here. Let's get to today's message. And this is one of my favorites here on this day 44. You probably heard this one before, or maybe not. Do you know the difference between a master? Do you want to know what the difference is between a master and a beginner? Do you want to know what the difference is? The difference is the master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Again, we've got to, just like anything that we're working towards, we've got to keep focused. We've got to keep trying. We've got to keep pushing forward. This is how we will progress. This is the only way we will progress. This is the only way we will progress. All right. So again, if you want to become a master, be prepared. Or if you want to become very good at something, or if you want to make a lot of progress, be prepared to encounter what you might consider, although we could frame it in different ways, be prepared to have many failures. All right. This is part of progression. This is part of progression. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. And if you have not booked your scan, please make sure you do. www.calendly.com/train-on-main. The scans are happening this Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th. So book your scan, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.